Wave 3 listens live.
And welcome once again to Wave 3 Listens Live. As you know, this will be an abbreviated version of Wave 3 Listens Live. We are going to give you, of course, comprehensive coverage of the third David Cam trial. Scott Reynolds is anchoring in Lebanon, Indiana. And, of course, we have Lauren Jones right here before, during, and after the verdicts. You'll hear it all right here on Wave 3. All right, welcome to the show. We have a jam-packed show. Let me tell you what's going on here. The Kitchen Cousins of HGTV. It's a very popular show. We'll talk to both of them. American Senior Communities are here at Wave 3 in the Listen Studio, and Dr. Block's Eye Associates, one of the best in the regions, and today's focus is on cataracts. But first, I have the young ladies from American Senior Communities. They are from Salem Crossing. I'd like to welcome Valerie Lockhart, who is a registered nurse there. Valerie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And also welcome to Sarah Anderson, who is the nursing manager. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right, the emphasis on today's show, folks, we've talked about this a lot. It's Halloween. You know it's coming. It is officially flu season. Now, there is a very special emphasis at Salem Crossing on care of seniors. As you can imagine, it is a senior community, and the flu shot is even more important if you're dealing with someone who is elderly. Let's talk about those reasons. First of all, a little overall view, if you would, Valerie. Tell me a little bit about Salem Crossing. Tell me about your facility. I can tell you're both smiling, so you love working here. That's a good thing. Tell me a little about Salem Crossing.
Salem Crossing it's a really tight family. Take great care of residents. We're a small community, and so we stay pretty full. You know, great rehab department to rehab to home. So we do a lot of road to recovery.
Oh, I like that. I want to talk about that a little bit later. I like the road to recovery and rehab to home. It sounds like probably what it is, which is like, let's get these people up and running as soon as we can. I love that. Okay, exciting. This is good stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the flu shot and the importance of it. It seems to me that every medical expert that we have on the show, it's unanimous. Get that flu shot.
Correct.
There are a few exceptions, but for the most part, get that flu shot. Why is it important? And either one of you all can handle this. I'll go to you first, Valerie. But for seniors, why is it important for seniors specifically to get that flu shot?
Well, it's more important to seniors because their immune system seems to be lower. Every year the flu virus strain changes, and so every year there's a new updated version of the flu shot. So it's always better to get that, you know, and especially with a low immune system, you know, to cover you from the flu, because it can, you know, be very deadly to them.
Oh, yeah. And Sarah, it's funny, when you mentioned that, it's true. The flu almost has an intelligence gene to it. It actually can evolve from year to year to make it harder to fight. So the flu shot does change. The importance for elderly, why is that? Is it because it can infect them harder, they're a little bit more frail, or is it just because as they get older, there's more of a chance for them to be exposed to them? What's the deal here?
Really a little bit of both. With the elderly, the biggest thing is that they have a lower immune system, and they have a harder time with fighting the actual virus that they get. The big thing with the flu shot is that most flu shots you get protection against 3 of the most prevalent strains that are predicted for the season. So it's very, very important for everybody to get their flu shot.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, let's talk about those who should get their flu shot. We have been talking about the elderly, but it's really almost across the board. Would you say that's true?
That's very true. Anybody over the age of 6 months should get the flu shot. Parents of young children who are under the age of 6 months, they need to be receive the flu shot because they're protecting that child. People who are pregnant, work in health care, child care. It's very important. It hits every age group.
All right. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to throw some graphics up on the screen to educate everyone, including myself, on the flu. There are some reasons there of why you should get it, who needs it. We're going to talk a little bit about the few exceptions. I'm going to go to you, Sarah. There are a few exceptions, right, on people in flu shots, correct?
Yes,
people who do not or should not get one.
Right. Some of the exceptions would be anyone that obviously has an allergy to eggs shouldn't get the flu shot. Anyone that has had a reaction to the flu shot in the past, which is usually related to an allergy, and anyone that actually has active symptoms of an illness, or if they're running a fever, should wait to get the flu shot.
You know, and so many just common sense kind of reasons as well as to get your flu shot, because as you know, if the flu hits you, you're going to be down for a week.
Yes.
Those are valuable vacation days, folks. We know you work very, very hard for your vacation days. You don't want to take them being sick and out of work. I think that's pretty obvious there. Also, if you get a touch of the flu, you're going to expose your entire family to it.
Correct.
And I tell you what, it's hard to get the flu out for anyone who's experienced that, and I have.
Right.
When one member gets it and it goes to another, oh, it's an ordeal for you.
Yes.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about about Salem Crossing.
Okay.
We mentioned it is a senior community. It is part of American senior communities. And I want to, you guys, when we were talking a little bit about the flu, you're very knowledgeable, and I appreciate your expertise in that area. But I could tell you really started smiling when you talked about Salem Crossing. What is it to you that makes it a special place?
I would say the great care. We have great staff, and every department cares about each resident. You know, it's not just on nursing, it's not just on rehab. You have dietary, housekeeping, all your department heads, everybody gets involved with that resident's care.
And you mentioned rehab to home.
Yeah.
Rehab to home. Tell me, I mean, that sounds pretty cool. It sounds like a nice little slogan, but what does it mean? Yeah,
basically our rehab to home is what we call our road to recovery. We have meetings with the families. We keep a lot of the families and the residents very involved in their care and make sure that they understand the path that they want to go to is met as soon as they walk in the door. And if, you know, their goal is to go home in 60 days, then we do our best to make sure that that goal is met.
And Valerie, I think sometimes the pushback for family members when it comes time to perhaps admit someone, a loved one, to a senior community, the pushback would be, well, I'm not going to get to see him as much.
Right.
And I really miss him. I like him being part of the home. I know at Salem Crossing that's important, family involvement.
Correct.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
The families are involved from the time they walk in the door till time of discharge in their care. And they have, you know, 100% access to that resident. When they come in, it's not lock the doors at 9 o'clock at night, you can't come in. They come in anytime they want. They can take them out on outings. They have care plan meetings every week, you know, to update. And then prior to the resident going home, rehab actually goes to the home and does a home evaluation to see if there's anything that family needs to do to improve that home for that resident prior to their discharge from us.
I love hearing that, because to me, I think that is so important to folks. You know, you just want to make sure you stay involved in their lives. That's important to you as well. I want to thank you both for coming on. Sarah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Valerie. I really appreciate it. Let me put the information up on the screen. This is all about Salem Crossing. The information and the address, we'll throw it up there for you so you can take a gander. Write this down. If you have a loved one, whether it be a mom, dad, grandparent, whatever the case may be, there's your information right there. There's the phone number. There's the address. And as you can tell, these ladies, hey, I would like spending time with you guys. And I mean that in the very best of ways. You all seem like a lot of fun, and you seem passionate about what you do. All right, coming up here, when you get a little older, and maybe even for the youngsters, cataract surgery. You know, nothing is more important than your vision. It's kind of a cliche, but it's true. We're going to talk to Dr. Block about what you can do about your cataracts. Coming up next, abbreviated edition of Wave 3 Listens.